I'm not willing to just lay down and let it go. However, with the introduction of the Online News Act, we've seen a steady but consistent decline of our revenue. And although we produce 10,000 copies of newspapers that we distribute to all First Nations in the province free of charge, as well as to a number of organizations. And to be able to do that, we need advertising revenue, because that pays for our writers, that pays for our printing costs, pays for our shipping costs, which are the highest expenses that we have. And so we depend on ad revenue, ad sales to cover those costs. And up until June, we were fine. You know, we had a steady flow. There was people steadily buying ads and stuff like that. But I found that once that Online News Act came into play and we weren't able to share our news, you know, there wasn't that conversation happening about Eagle Feather anymore because our news wasn't circulating. Out of sight, out of mind. So I think people just forgot, you know, to support us. We reached it. We couldn't produce a January paper. We had the content, but we couldn't cover the shipping costs. We can't do that with maybe 6 ads sold, you know, and we need at least 1 ad per page to produce a monthly paper. And so we had to make the decision to take a brief hiatus, hopefully brief. I'm hoping that, you know, people will begin to see how valuable we actually are. You know, I think Eagle Feather has a really important role to play within the community, not only just by telling stories, but helping develop young writers. You know, people who want to come in. We had the U of R J School. We had interns. We have interns from First Nations University, and they come in and they learn how to tell Indigenous stories through an Indigenous lens. And it was really great being able to offer that mentorship opportunity for them, because with the way things are, there's such a limited space for writers. I got my start at Eagle Feather, so I feel very personally invested in making sure that it continues for maybe for another 27 years. How it is going to look in 27 years, I don't know, but I do know we need it. There's a lot of pressure, and I think with the recent announcements, like with CBC, with CTV, these massive job cuts that are happening, I know that I have to keep going, because the future right now doesn't look very positive for any news outlet, and I'm not willing to just lay down and let it go. It may take some time, but we're not gonna shut our doors, not yet.